Hi, it's Kat, and welcome to a Monday minisode. Today we're going to talk about making it a win-win either way. Another favorite of mine is this or better. So often we can get into these loops where things don't seem to be going our way, or everything's wrong, or why isn't it working out? What if it is working out? What if it is actually working out even better than you or I or we in our little small minds had originally planned for? One of my favorite quotes, make plans, watch God laugh. So I have had a few virtual meetings. I thought I was doing an interview right now, and it turned out that the reminders didn't go through, and I suddenly have space. And I'm like, awesome, let's make that a win-win because I'm going to get to record a mini-sode right now that I didn't even know I was going to get to record. I was hoping I would have time for it. Now I do have time for it. I also need some time to edit my TEDx talk. Now I have some unexpected time. I've got an hour back in my schedule. This or better. It's a total win-win. And for my guest, she had something else that she's had to put into the space that I thought we were meeting. So we're going to find an even better time to meet when it's the right time. I'm thinking about this horse I adopted. My children have been asking for lots of horse stories. So I'm going to share a little horse story with you guys that I think really demonstrates this particular lesson in such a beautiful way. When we adopted our first pony, his name was Lots of Dots. If you don't know the story of Lots of Dots to connect. He was such an incredible teacher. This leopard Appaloosa pony, he basically looked like a Dalmatian, but he was a small horse. And he taught us so much. But when we went to adopt him, we looked at another horse named Olaf. And Olaf was also a pony, a very small horse, just the right size for my children at the time. And he was a paint pony. And my children wanted to take both, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted one, and I wanted Lots of Dots. I got a real feel with him. He felt calm and sweet, and Olaf felt a little bit more edgy. He was also a teensy bit bigger, and so we went with Lots of Dots. Well, later, I was teaching in the pandemic a group, and we created a program called the Gap Year Program, GAP being an acronym for Get a Pony. And the pony we were going to get as a group was Olaf. So I went back to the farmer I had bought Lots of Dots from. Olaf was still around. We made a deal to do a 30-day trial and then purchase him. And the day I went to get him, I was very surprised because he did not look like the pony I had seen 6 months before, which was in November of 2019. He had been through a lot since we'd seen him, and it had actually been about 9 months because this was the fall of 2020. He was really, really thin. And we experienced food aggression with him, specifically towards my child who was moving a bucket of food. He literally attacked her, threw her down, and tried to pummel her when she tried to move his food. It was very, very scary experience. She was just shy of 5 years old and traumatic for all of us and quite scary. And I recognized that this pony that I was going to teach all of these families how to care for, how to witness transition into a herd, how to learn all of these lessons about how horses work together was probably not going to be a good fit for the lessons we were hoping to teach. So we come in with this agenda. We think we're going to do this. We've got a plan. We're going to use this word, and it might not be the right fit. We might have to let go to transition into a different kind of win-win. So with this pony, I recognized that the situation he was in was not a situation I wanted to send him back to because he wasn't doing well there. He had been declining. And the situation he was in with us now was not going to be a good situation for our family, and that my family needed to come first because with small children, I can't trust them not to wander into this pony's stall. And if I can't trust the pony not to pummel them or be aggressive towards them, and it was clear he was really leery of children, then I needed to find a better situation for him. So I started making phone calls and I started asking. And I used to be on this horse adoption program incorporated board. And I started talking to board members about food aggression, about the body composition on this horse who we do like a 5 number scale, and he was, I can't remember the number exactly, but he was just shy of being about as skinny as you can be. Um, you could see his ribs, you could see the backbone, you could see the hip bone, you could see a lot of bones. He was really very thin. And it was going to take some time to get him back up to a good body condition. And it was going to take some time to get him to a place of trusting children and being comfortable and being the pony that one would get in a pandemic with a lot of novice or beginner horse people. And he was not that pony. And so a woman reached out to me as I put the sound out through my horse community in the suburbs of Chicago. And she ran programs for Vietnam veterans, adults, most of them in wheelchairs, to work with her horses. And she was looking for a smaller horse to work with, specifically for men in wheelchairs. Oh, my alarm is going off, which is my clue to wrap this up because I'm cooking soup at the same time. And so she was like, this is the perfect pony for us. It's adults. I have all the time in the world to feed him and help him get better. And adults can understand patience. They can understand all of the work that he needs to get back to a better body condition. And they're not small children who don't have the same boundaries or understanding. They're all processing trauma, just like this pony. And so it was this or better. It was a win-win for him. And he went on to go and have this incredible life with this woman. And they were some of the best years of his life. And he got to finish his days there. So that's my horse story for you today. And where are you pushing for something to work that's not a fit, that maybe you need to let go? Maybe you need to transition into another win-win. This or better. What is it? And sometimes it's a loss before it's a win. So trust the process. That's my 2 cents today. If you are not following along yet on the TEDx journey, you can find all the links in my show notes on the Adventure Paradox podcast. And we would love to have you come join us live in Spokane in January. And I would love to share with you what we have going on in the Tetons this fall with horses and all kinds of good things. So wish you a beautiful day and keep living the adventure. Thanks. Take care. Bye.